Hey, hello, and welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of Getting to Clarity, how you create more success with less sacrifice to what it is that is important to you. And today we are talking about frustration and anger in business or at work. And especially as a woman leader, how do you get control over it? How do you hold it together so that you're showing up as your highest and best self? Well, stay tuned. So, anger and frustration. First of all, it happens to everyone. I mean, I'm sure that you have been in situations, and I know that I have, where you have told something to someone, this is how it needs to be done. There's a very good reason that it needs to be done that way. And then they go and do exactly what it is that they want to do. They do it their own way. And all of a sudden, you've got a mess to clean up. Kind of starts getting your blood pressure going. Or maybe it's been a situation where you have been disrespected either overtly or covertly in your role. Maybe it's being talked over. Maybe it is someone even threatening you in your role just so that they can get their way. I have had clients tell me story after story after story of things like this that have happened to them in their career. And on some level, I am thinking, oh my goodness, this really happened. And how did these people get away with this? But on a higher level, the level that I need to be to help them most, I know that we need to go where we have some control. And where that is emotions. We go to the emotions. So emotions in your body come up for a reason. They are how you get wisdom from your highest and best self about how you can show up differently, what you can do instead. And it's kind of like a indicator, a maintenance indicator on the dashboard of your car. So first, the light comes on yellow, right? And this is, I would equate it to your unconscious or your subconscious, however you label it, saying, ooh, ooh, wait a minute, Houston, we got a problem. And it's letting you know that, hey, what is going on isn't really cool. And you probably need to dig into this a bit and find out what's underneath it so you can do something about it. But this is an issue. You have an opportunity to go in a different direction. But if you don't heed that warning, then it is moving from a yellow indicator light to a red indicator light. And then it's kind of your unconscious is kind of like, okay, I told you that there was an issue and it was an opportunity for you to learn something and do something different and to show up in a different way, but you haven't done anything yet. So I'm just checking in because I really see this is not the direction you want to go, and I'm letting you know. So, this is the point where the emotions that you're experiencing as a result of whatever it is that's going on, the person, the thing, the circumstance is it's getting heavier. You feel it more deeply. It is occurring in your mind more often. You're kind of getting twisted up by it. And it doesn't need to be that way because emotions are energy that wants to be in motion, energy in motion. And that is what is supposed to happen with your emotions. You're not meant to hang on to them. You're not meant to get to the point where you identify with them, which is what happens is if you hold on to them too closely, they start becoming part of your identity, or they become ways that you label people. Well, this person is always difficult. This person doesn't like me. This person doesn't support me. This person's out to get me. I got looked over for a promotion, and you start blaming things outside of you. Not saying that the blame belongs inside, uh, but that you're focusing your attention and your energy on things outside of you, which is just throwing it away, which is just, directing it exactly what it is that you don't want. So knowing that emotions are energy that want to move, what happens on your dash in your car is that all of a sudden you are saying, okay, I haven't done anything. And then the car stops working, right? So it is you've not done anything about it. It's been allowed to continue. You keep festering in your anger and your frustration, and it just gets the best of you. Pretty soon it is you saying something that, oh my goodness, I can't believe I said that. Or you doing something that is not in your personality and you don't really understand where this came from. Well, I'll tell you where it came from. It came from you. It came from you internally. And so what is it that you can do about this? Because as long as you are being guided uh, by your emotions, by that anger, by that irritation, by that frustration about, whomever or whatever situation or person it's directed at, they win. They win, you lose. If emotions are controlling you, then you're not controlling them. If these situations are getting you twisted up, then they win. Again, they are mapping things out. They're saying this is how it's going to be unless you choose to get some control over them. So how do you get control over anger and frustration, especially when you feel it so often or so in such a charged way at work? Well, here's what I would suggest to keep it memorable. I want you to do these three things. I want you to catch it, challenge it, and change it. Catch it, challenge it, and change it. So when I say catch it, that means I want you to be aware of any time you are getting triggered, anytime that you can feel your blood pressure starting to creep up related to a person or a situation. Anytime you are mad or you are frustrated or you are angry, that's knowing that you are is a win. That is what you are after in this phase, is to just catch it, to be aware. Oh my goodness, I really reacted. uh, I was pretty upset about that. I got pretty angry over that. That's an opportunity. That is the goal, just being aware of it, because no change can happen unless you are aware that something is happening to begin with. Otherwise, it's just in the unconscious and it goes on its merry way, pulling you this way and that, and you have no clue. So being aware of it is huge. The second thing that I want you to be aware of is I want you to challenge it. When you get really angry and upset about something, whether it's a person or a circumstance, I want you to dig into it. I really want you to understand where this is coming from, because what happens is, as busy women in business, it's like, okay, I got a lot going on. I don't have time for this. And you push it away, you shove it down, you power through it, whatever the saying is that you tell yourself, and nothing gets done with it. But what happens is, again, emotions are energy that want to move. You're meant to do something with it. And when you start stuffing it down, then you are literally doing two things. The first thing you are doing is you are disrespecting yourself. This wisdom is coming from you. This thought in your head, what runs through your head, is coming from you. It is your wisdom and guidance from your highest and best self that sees a different way and wants you to experience a different outcome. And if you're not paying attention to it, then in essence, you are disrespecting yourself when you do this, when you push it down or power through it. The second thing that you do is that you put it somewhere in your body. You shove it. When you shove it down, when you ignore it, when you push through it, you're actually settling that energy somewhere in your body. And what happens is that if you don't do something about it, if it accumulates, it starts showing up as a physical issue in your body. Having chronic headaches, having backaches, having digestive issues, or even anger is such a strong emotion that it can end up affecting you from a cardiovascular standpoint. We're talking about strokes and heart attacks if it's bad enough. Their emotions aren't meant to be held onto long term. And if you're not dealing with it, you're shoving it in your body and it's just left to accumulate. So you don't want to do that. So you really want to challenge it, and you want to figure out what is underneath this, because your anger and frustration is a surface level problem. There is something underneath that is really the root cause of this. And that's what it is that you need to get to. And so when you consider the person that just absolutely steps on your last nerve has ticked you off to no end, how is that a problem? That's the question you want to ask. How is that a problem? Well, he disrespects me and talks over me. Okay, how is that a problem? And you keep diving into deeper layers of how this is a problem. And at some point, you will get to the place where it's kind of like, oh, wow, I hadn't considered that before. And that is the pearl that is meant for you and will allow you to move forward. Figuring out what is underneath is in your own best interest. So really challenge it and figure out why it is you reacted the way that you did and how it's a problem for you. How it's really, there's something inside of you that this anger and frustration is resonating with. You need to unearth that. So challenge is the second step. And what would, benefit you instead is to do the digging. Instead of letting the anger and the frustration rule, do the digging. Once you have discovered what it is that's kind of tripping you up, what's getting you twisted up, and what you have an opportunity to do is to change it. And how you change it is that you start releasing the emotions that you're becoming aware of as you dig into this problem, and it brings up new things, stories that you have been telling yourself for ages that are no longer true. Then there are going to be emotions that come up as a result of that, and dealing with those emotions, having a way to release those emotions. So emotions, energy and motion, they're meant to serve a purpose, and then we are meant to let go of them. You need to let go of them. So how that happens for some people is that they journal. For other people, they talk it out. For other people, they exercise. They need to move their body to expend that energy. A good rant with a pillow, uh, writing a letter, whatever the case may be. When I work with my clients, I use techniques that I have been trained in through NLP and through HUNA to guide them to release and move through that energy so that they can get the solution that they're looking for. So, no matter what it is, finding a way to let go of, become aware of, and then let go of that negative energy that is holding you back. So, I hope that you enjoyed these 3 tips: catch it, challenge it, and then change it when it comes to dealing with and controlling your anger and frustration at work, especially as a busy woman leader. And if you would like to be supported as a busy woman leader to uncover next steps, next level, or perhaps next chapter in your leadership and life, I would love to announce to you the Clarity Community. And this is a community of like minded women that are coming together to figure out just that. What are my next steps to get to where it is that I want to go? That job, that level in my business. What is my next level? I'm having a feeling that where I'm at isn't where I'm supposed to be. And I really want to figure out what is next because I can tell there's more than I am supposed to do. Or next chapter. Peace out, done with where I'm at, and I'm looking to find something else. So consider this like minded community of women that want to be supported in figuring out what's next. They don't want to do it alone, and they want to support others along the way. If this is of interest to you, then go to www.theclaritycommunity.com and check it out. We'll be launching this fall, and I would love for you to be a part of it because you deserve to have the career that you want. So until the next time, I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity. Here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve and none of the frustration and anger that you may be experiencing now that you don't. Okay. Have a really great day. See you soon. Bye bye.